Hello, hello, hello. It's coffee time. Yes, yes, it is. What the hell? Gives the missus something to watch when she's eating a bacon sandwich. We're doing the news. We go to the Daily Mail website. Among others, there are other sites that sometimes I get stories from. Because it's there. It's just there. Top story is the submarine lost at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. They got you to sign a disclaimer. The submarine went down to look at the wreck of the Titanic. And they make you sign a disclaimer, waiving any emotional damage that you may experience. Yeah, they reckon the Titan submarine is 12,500 feet down at the bottom of the ocean. And it is they call it an experimental mini sub. And yeah, it's very, again, it's that thing of, yeah, it's tragic and it's sad, but it's like, come on, experimental sub. And yeah, that's what it looks like. I mean, there are a couple of billionaires on there and that, and they're trying their best to rescue them. They've heard banging at the bottom of the ocean, though there is a chance that the whole craft could have imploded. I mean, it's just awful. It's terrifying and awful. But then you go, why? You know, it's like these people that climb up mountains and need to be rescued. You know, anyone with a logical brain would go, why would you do this? Stay at home. It's safer. But you know, I guess someone's got to be adventurous. Can't all be like me and stay at home, I suppose. But yeah, this is the last chance. I reckon the last chance rescue to get the 5 people out there. So yeah, it's a strange story that there is an experimental sub. Anyway, what else have we got? Bank of England, because we've had the inflation rates today were announced today. And we're facing 6% interest rates by Christmas, sparking a mortgage meltdown. Yeah, the headline CPI, that's the rate of inflation, came in at 8.7% in May, the same figure for April. Whereas analysts had penciled a drop of 8.4%. So it's only was it 0.3% drop? It's not a lot, is it? So yeah, more interest in an attempt to curb inflation, but we've got to remember a lot of the inflation is caused by the cost of energy, electricity. That's passed on to food. You know, the war in Ukraine. It's geopolitics playing out. But a lot of people say Brexit, but don't forget, the Eurozone is in recession. Remember that, and we're not. And they've still got the same rates of food inflation as we have. So we're all in the shit together, but separately. So there you go. And once we sort out the Ukraine situation and someone puts a bullet in Putin's head, everything will be fine. Again, that's how we solve that problem. In case anybody wants to ask. So yeah. It's a very strange story. I don't know if you've heard this one. This is at Rye College in East Sussex. Again, it's one of those strange stories about the gender wars. The gender wars. And a student that identifies as a cat. Yeah, and anyway, this is the 13-year-old girls there, and one of the 13-year-olds branded her co-pupil. You know, she can't be a cat, and then the teacher turned on this girl and said, well, and gave her a big lecture about gender, and now you don't have to identify with the reality that you're living in, and and called the young girl despicable for having a view of an objective view of reality. Now again, that teacher should be fired, and the school needs to be investigated, because we live in a very strange world where we ignore reality and we pander to the fantasies of children. But hey, yeah, and this is the class. This is it. Yeah, 2 teenage year 8 pupils at Rye College were ordered to stay behind class after clashing with their classmate who identifies as a cat. If you're of a certain vintage, like I am, if your friends, if your peers suddenly identified as animals, they'd be sent away for psychiatric evaluation, and you probably never hear from them again. But now, affirmation. Oh dear. Do you know what I blame? Not Brexit, the internet. I blame the internet for all of this. Meanwhile, food news. Lidl have urged a warning. Do not eat these snacktastic tortilla chips, the chili heatwave variety. I wouldn't, because they reckon that they were incorrectly packaged, and there could be an allergy fear. Yes. Lidl said the crisp may side actually be tangy cheese flavour which contains milk. There's been a mispack. The Food Standards Agency has issued a warning over the mispack, and the watchdog said the product is a possible health risk for anyone with an allergy or intolerance to milk or milk constituents. Again, we pander to the freaks of society here. Let them eat the cheese. Let them eat the cheese flavoured crisps. Again, do you remember the old days? We used to put these people in plastic bubbles. Do you remember the boy in the plastic bubble? Do you remember that? Now they roam amongst us and get in the way of our snacks. How dare they? No, again, having an allergy, an anaphylactic shock is very serious. It's very serious, and I'm just saying this for comic effect. You have to say that because people get offended, because the internet. See, I blame the internet for everything. So there you go. Don't eat those tortilla chips if you have milk intolerance. Everyone's in there. A sensibility intolerance. There we go. What else is there? Oh, Mr. Beast. Do you follow Mr. Beast? He's a YouTuber. Jimmy Donaldson is his name. He's a bit put out. Here he is. Mind you, it's aged him, isn't it? He doesn't look as young as he used to. Putting a bit of weight as well, mate. It's all those cookies you've been eating, because he does his own sweet range and everything. But yeah, he's upset because many people are copying his content. Yeah. He says copycats use his tips on how to make hit videos without doing anything original themselves. But he said he would continue to share everything he knows publicly. So here he is, he's tweeting about it. Well, there you go. Well, there's always going to be copycats. As you can imagine, there's many people that have copied my style. I don't think anyone's ever going to copy me. If you want to be an abject failure, copy me. Copy me. Yeah, stubborn inflation piles on the mortgage payments. Bank of England is tipped to raise rates by 0.5% tomorrow, and that could put the average 2-year fixed mortgage rate at 6.15%. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Here's some startling news. Growth news. Did you know that British 5-year-olds are on average 7 centimetres shorter than their Dutch counterparts? Do you know why? Because the Dutch haven't taken their clogs off when they're getting measured. That's why. They've got the clog advantage. I'm joking. There were no clogs involved. Yeah, British 5-year-olds on average 7 centimetres shorter than Dutch children, with a poor diet being blamed for kids falling behind. Do you know why? Because they banned turkey Twizzlers. That's why. It's your old Jamie Oliver, Pucker, who burned the turkey Twizzly, banned them all, didn't he? And so our kids are not growing now because all those additives makes them grow. You know, a lettuce leaf is not going to make you grow. So yeah, 5-year-olds in Britain up to 2.7 inches shorter than comparable wealthy nations like the Netherlands. Experts revealed the trend has been described as pretty startling, with British youngsters falling behind European kids and dropping 30 places down the international height charts. I never knew. That's the height police. They're coming to get you. I didn't know that there was an international height chart, did you? Mind you, I've shrunk. I used to be 6 foot. I'm not 6 foot anymore, which has played havoc with my BMI. I'm losing the weight, but I'm stuck in a BMI. I need to grow a few inches. It's not right. But yeah. So apparently, here are the height charts. But, again, we want shorter people so we can fit them twice as many in the same building site. They say it's all right. They say it's all right. That's a deep prog cut for anybody out there. But yeah, kids are small. But here are the 10 tallest countries. Should do it in reverse order. In at number 10, it's Belarus. 9, Lithuania. 8, Denmark. 7, Slovakia. 6, Serbia. 5, Czechia. Oh, I've missed one. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, that's their fault, not mine. I didn't miscount. Look, they said 10 tallest countries. There's only 9 listed. You fucked up my countdown, Daily Mail. You fucked it up. Well, fuck you. Well, anyway, Latvia in at the top there, at the number 9 in the 10 tallest countries. God, who's doing this rubbish? Who's doing this rubbish? It's rubbish. Oh, this is an important one. I don't know if you remember this story. This goes back to July 2021. Do you remember it was in lockdown? And there was a load of jokers. They went into Asda and started beating up the staff. One guy, again, dressed as Spider-Man, he drop-kicked and knocked out a shop worker. Well, anyway, they're up in court today. They're self-styled internet pranksters. Ping! Just for you, this is eBay, industrial adhesive tape. What? I've not been searching for industrial adhesive tape. You got me wrong. Guitar strings, perhaps. But anyway, Josh McDonald, the guy who was seen kicking the shop worker and knocking her out. Yeah, he's an amateur martial artist and self-proclaimed influencer. He kicked and punched defenceless Lauren Scott unconscious for social media infamy. He was jailed for 6 years. That's good, and so were his chums. Some got 3 years. But yeah, good riddance. Good riddance, a lot of them. And who can forget this fella? He was one of them. He was hitting people with his crutch. I don't mean his crutch, not his oversized crutch, but what a repugnant lot. It makes you feel sick just looking at them, doesn't it? Ugh. Again, people, if they were on fire, you wouldn't piss on. We can file those under. I'm being a bit catty today. What else have we got here? There's a scam going on Instagram. Do you use Instagram? Do follow me on Instagram, where you'll see pictures of my dog. Top content. Apparently there's a video ad doing the rounds on Instagram and YouTube, which is a heart-wrenching 1-minute clip which depicts an 8-year-old boy called Simeon who's pleading in Russian for money to pay for his lung cancer treatment. They've fuzzed it out a bit, so there you go. And obviously there's a link where you can donate You see, if I don't get treatment in the next 2 weeks, it'll be too late to save me. Well, yeah, you guessed it. It's all a scam. It's an absolute scam. The fundraising page has already raised £195,000, and has had donations for more than 8,600 people. But cybersecurity research firm Avast says the video is a scam and preys on people's generosity. So there you go. Shocking, isn't it? Posted on the May 17th on YouTube, and yeah, there you go. It's there's even a there's the page where you can go and donate. Blimey, people do anything, won't they? Oh, this was awful. This is in Honduras. There was a riot at a woman's prison in Honduras. The prison in Tamara, which is 30 miles from the capital. And yeah, there was a riot, and they haven't actually got any footage from it. But they've got the reaction from the police going in, and during the riot, there was the cells were set on fire, and they reckon 41 women were killed. And it was all gang related. Many of them were burned, shot, or stabbed to death. But I reckon it was all gang related, which is pretty awful, eh? Meanwhile, I've got some court news. Got some court news? We haven't had any court news for a while. Oops. Of course you didn't open that. Here we go. Going to court. We're going to the story of an award-winning chef called Katarina Melo, right? Who was on a salary of £40,000 a year, working at a 5-star Park Lane hotel. Yeah, she worked at the Intercontinental as a sous chef on 40k a year. That's some good pastry. That's some good pastry. Well, she's been sent down. She's been sent down. What did she do? She agreed to take over £2,000 worth of drugs into the Creamfields Festival, and it contained MDMA, MCAT, and ketamine. Right, this was on behalf of a drug dealer. She did this in return for drugs plus cash towards her weekend's tickets, food, and drink. So it was a good deal, even though she's on 40k a year. She thought it'd be a nice little saver, save some money. Here she is. Here she is. The drugs don't work; they just make you worse. And yeah, she gone done cold, didn't she? She got called for it. Yeah, she even won the pastry award. Again, did you know there was such a thing? From the Craft Guild of Chefs. Yeah, that was a month after her arrest in August last year. She won. Now, surely they should remove the pastry award. Surely. Yeah? Maybe a pastry award came up a bit flat after the reveal of her drug conviction. Portuguese-born Melo, who came to Britain aged 10, was detained on the day. Oh no, it's a different story. Oh no, I don't want to read that. But yes, she was arrested. Oh, issues with the award. Oh, just think, they gave it to a known drug smuggler, and here's Creamfields. That's where all the young people go. And yeah. What did she get sent down for? Does it say? Oh. Does it say? Where is it? Oh, it's such a densely written article. It just says, doesn't say how long for though. Let me just file. Jailed. having to search in the 30 months. She was jailed for 30 months for admitting possession with intent to supply. There you go. Got there in the end. Sorry, being a bit dim there. I've got other court news. Do you want other court news? Okay. This is the story of Wilbur McCory. Wilbur McCory. This is the story of Wilbur McCory. He's a very bad boy whose story for days about a jar of mayonnaise I can barely contain my disgust at Wilbur McCory. So I'll tell you the story. Anyway, this piece of filth, right? There was a police appeal, right? He actually admitted it, right? The initial, this is just, there's so much. Oops, let's turn off that because I've got to read all this. There was a CCTV release because of what he'd done, and he gave himself up. He phoned 101 and to admit that it was him. What had he done? He presented himself at the police station and was arrested, but then denied any of the allegations. What did he do? Well, he used mayonnaise bottles filled with his own semen to squirt over women in gym gear. Yeah. And this goes back to 2016. That was his MO. He put his own semen into a burger sauce bottle and swore at women walking alone in the street. Then he squirted the liquid onto the buttocks areas of their clothing. Years later, he developed a substance with the appearance of semen to spray on women in the areas of Birmingham. For some time, he would carefully choose and follow his victims, sometimes following for 30 minutes. The victims, most of them university students, were then sprayed from behind with this semen substitute. Ay. So yeah, it's not good, and they've actually got CCTV footage of him with his bottle of baby gravy. Might be fake baby gravy. We don't know if it's real. Who knows? But yeah, he changed his plea and admitted 16 sexual assaults against 12 women and was jailed for 4.5 years, with an added 4 years of extended licence at Birmingham Crown Court. He's also banned from going anywhere near a squirty bottle. No sir. And here is the evidence. Oh man, that's put me off my favourite brand of mayonnaise. That is. Oh, that's not good, is it? That's not good. Have I brought us down to the right level yet? Have I gone down far enough? Because I can do better than that. Okay, shall we? Okay, let's go a bit further down. This is an animal story, right? That's not. Whoops! Sorry, the wind blew. This is the story of Themis Matsoukis, who's a renowned professor at Penn State University, and he was caught on a forest trail surveillance camera, right? The 64-year-old was allegedly caught on camera. I've got a picture of him. Here we go. There he is. Remember that face? Right. He was caught on camera in the middle of the in bathrooms at Rothrock State Forest, wearing a mask while half naked except for his socks and shoes, whilst performing a sex act on his pet collie dog. The lurid incident also saw the award-winning professor try and record himself performing the acts with an electronic tablet. Investigators allegedly tracked him down through a North Face backpack, which led the distraught Matsukas to admit officials he only did it to blow off some steam. I've never heard it called that before. I feel sort of the dog. Huh? Apparently, yeah, he performed acts in and around the parking lot and restrooms, including indecent exposure, masturbation, and sexual contact with a dog. And yeah, so you want to avoid Rothrock State Forest. If you go down to the woods today, for a big surprise, if you go down to the woods today, you might want to close your eyes, 'cause there Miss Matsuka's there with his collie. The dog looks distressed, but he's quite jolly. If you go down to the woods today. Oh dear. He's facing charges of open lewdness, indecent exposure, sexual intercourse with an animal, and summary charges of cruelty to animals and disorderly conduct. Yeah, so it's going to court, that one. Oh dear, it's unfortunate, isn't it? I mean, why didn't he? I don't know. There's squash. You can let off steam doing that, can't you? But hey, we can do better than that. We can do better than that. Let's go to Queen Elizabeth Gardens in Salisbury, Wiltshire. As the temperatures soared, this is last week, the temperatures got warm. Oh, the warm. And one man, he decided it was so warm, right? He decided to disrobe and start to have sex with a tree stump. You could say he really has got wood. Am I trying to get this channel completely demonetized? Well, it doesn't matter. We'll see. Look, I mean, I don't know. It's oh dear. Oh dear. When you think you've seen it all, there's always something else, isn't there? One witness said, I was just walking in the park with one of my mates and we saw a man hugging a tree, and we thought that was interesting. We walked closer, and as we did, we saw his trousers down, and this is pure gold. And that's why I started recording. He started taking off all his clothes and kissing the tree. After I stopped recording, the police turned up and started following the man and then arrested him. A spokesman for Wiltshire Police said a man in his 40s was arrested on suspicion of indecent exposure yesterday after officers were called to Queen Elizabeth Gardens shortly after 4:30 p.m, following several reports from members of the public regarding a naked man. He was taken into custody and has been released on bail while inquiries are ongoing. They're probably trying to get a statement from the tree, aren't they? The tree probably said, I quite enjoyed the attention. That's quite lonely being a tree. Ah dear. Archaeology news? Oh, why not? So this is a good one. This is the medieval tower of Mira in Ria de Vigo in Spain, right? And archaeologists there, right, they've come up with well, it's they were originally puzzled what it was, and then they realised it was a weapon sharpening stone. Yeah, the one again. What a great name! I don't know if I'm going to say this. Arbor Archaeologia researchers. Arbor. What does that mean? Is that a? Can I search that? What does that mean? Oh, there's a website. Oh, it's the. That's where they're from. It's the Spanish. It's these people who are doing the research. Spanish. Anyway, they were a bit perplexed as what this was, but they reckon it's from the 14th century, and this this item was actually a tool to sharpen weapons. Shall we have a look at it? Definitely, you'd definitely use that to sharpen weapons, wouldn't you? I can definitely see how you'd sharpen weapons with that. Well, you know, you're looking at it all wrong. You see that bit is the handle, and that groove up there, that's where you sharpen your swords or your knives. Oh, I know. You think you got such a filthy mind. Look, if you look at it this way, you can tell that's the groove for sharpening your weapon. It's a weapon. And this is the tower where it was discovered. There we go. Not much to look at the moment. And on the map, it's just there. Just north of Portugal on the map. There you go. So a bit of archaeology there. Bit of archaeology. That's good, isn't it? Meanwhile, let's go to Mexico. Miguel Villalobos is the mayor of the southern Mexican town of Huihuetlán. Huihuetlán? But anyway, he's come under fire. What did he do? What happened? Well, he put on a show for Father's Day, right? This town shares a border with Guatemala. And it was a lovely event, and a lot of dads turned out at the municipality's auditorium, where Mayor Miguel Villalobos treated them to live music, a comedy show, and a raffle where they could win televisions, fans, and microwaves. And then it got really interesting, didn't it? It got really fun. Something for the dads, isn't it? Something for the dads. And yeah, the strippers turned up, and it was for the. Look, I mean, I don't know. I think they're having a bit of fun. I'm so demonetised. I'm so demonetised. Look, if you can't beat them, just And here he is. I mean, he's looking quite pleased with himself. He said, you know, he's saying, yeah, I did it for the dads. I did it for the dads. And I think he's a champion for thinking of the dads. Look, if I was there, that's exactly the entertainment I want to see. Mrs. is giving me such a look. She's giggling, she's laughing. She's going, he would like to see that, because his life has lost all meaning. Because he's middle-aged and over the hill and useless. It's true. But anyway, animal story. You want an animal story? I got you an animal story. You want an animal story? Let me see. I'm just seeing if he's got an advert first. Yeah, there's an advert. How do I mute it? Just talk amongst yourselves. But yeah, you'll be interested in this. This is an interesting animal we've not seen the likes of, and it caused a great reaction on the internet when people saw this footage. And we're going to look at it right now. Just waiting for the advert to finish, and here we go. What do you think of this chap? Look at that. That is a real pigeon. That's real pigeon. He's not fake. He's a real pigeon. Yeah. And people were going, I can't believe that's a real pigeon. Yeah. That is an English pouter pigeon. Right? And it's bred to look like that. But yeah, the rare breed of fancy pigeon can be found across Europe and the UK. And their unusual appearance is reportedly as a result of many years of selective breeding, though most viewers were horrified. They thought it was something from a horror film and it wasn't actually real. So let's say we've got a picture of a parrot pigeon. Yes, if you look at the images of them, there's many. If you search again, Google image is our friend, you can see, look, they are a thing. I mean, God, that one's just crazy there. Look at him. That one's just bonkers, look. Baby got back. And there you go. That is the animal story of the day. Though, I've probably just got the entire channel cancelled. Is there anybody in? 6 people in. Runs in. It says, blow off some steam, exactly. And the guy with the tree is even better. This is it. I do it just for you, Run. I do it for you. is Clive. Got to remember the names, you see. And for the missus. This is what I do. I do it for you guys. This is narrowcasting. Narrowcasting at its best. No one sees this. Only you see this, and the missus sees this, and that's it. And with that, we're going to end there. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you didn't, there's going to be a better video along coming up. If you've got autoplay, there's a better video coming along that won't feature me. And that's that. That was the news. You know you've got to drink it up.